welcome to WTDC-25, the World's Telecommunication Development Conference being held in Baku in Azerbaijan, where I've got the great pleasure of being joined by Her Excellency Nthati Moorosi, who is the Minister of Information, Communications, Science, Technology and Innovation for Lesotho. Minister, welcome to the studio.
Thank you. Thank you very much for the warm welcome.
It's our great pleasure. I'd like to start off by asking you about this event, WTDC-25. You've come a long way to be here. I wanted to ask you, why is this event important to you, and why do you think WTDC is important in terms of socio-economic development?
Thank you very much. I think this is the first time for me to attend the WTDC conference, and I find it very important because it's setting the tone for the next four years of what is going to be happening in digital transformation. And I think in particular, I'm very pleased with the theme for this year, which highlights inclusivity. Countries like Lesotho, which is a developing country, a landlocked country, a small country, there are many variable characteristics of the country that can make it a forgotten state. And the fact that it's including everyone, this is a great platform where I feel like even countries as small as Lesotho have a voice. They can include their opinions in whatever strategies that are being set for the next 4 years to develop countries, to digitize the economies of the countries. And I really think that the organizers of this forum have done a sterling job, because all of us feel like we are here, we are represented, our voices are heard. And also another thing that is very important is the fact that they give all ministers to give policy statements. And that on its own is a platform where we can learn from others how they are doing things, how they are digitizing their economies. And in a way, it's sort of like a peer review. You sort of review yourself as others are talking to say, okay, they are doing this, I'm copying this, I'm doing better, I'm weak here. It's a very good platform where it's like a mirror for all of us to look into ourselves in terms of what we are achieving.
Now, how is Lesotho's digital transformation strategy advancing universal and affordable connectivity in line with the priorities here?
Working very hard to ensure that we include everyone. Our motto is that we leave no one behind, but I must say that is the most difficult goal to achieve. In Lesotho, we have almost connected about 95% of the population. But that is in terms of the infrastructure provided by government. But in terms of people having the smart devices, that there is a big gap. It's not everyone. We've discovered that about 49% of population actually have smart devices to actually access the internet through their devices. That is number one. Number two, the data itself is very expensive. It's almost unaffordable. So when somebody has to deal with buying bread or buying meal and buying data, obviously they will choose to buy data. But we found a solution for that as the country, as the government. We are turning the postal services, all the centers, into e-service centers. We've connected the postal services, we've connected the schools. We are going to connect the local councils. So that's sort of like a community digital centers where everybody can go for free anytime. And there we have people who are teaching others. We have digital ambassadors who are teaching others how internet is used, how even things like Word, how to type. It's amazing what we are doing, because we've tried to empower the communities to be the ones who teach others how internet is used.
That's brilliant. And what about levering partnerships such as ITU and Giga, private sector collaborations to accelerate connectivity and innovation? How is that working?
Yes, we are working with Giga. This past year, actually, we were dealing with mapping. We've mapped more than 1,200 schools, and out of those, we've connected 280 schools to internet. But as I said, that is not enough. Now we are working hard to ensure that there's capacity building. So we are looking into ITU to help us with like capacity building tools that are standardized for schools, for communities, as I said. So in terms of partnership, we see ITU, they've helped us a lot with policy making journey. They've helped us to develop some policies in Lesotho. So we look up to them to develop standard tools on capacity building of schools and so on and so forth. And also we want to ensure that we partner with private sector on the devices. It's about time. We want ITU. My suggestion for this one, my message to ITU is that please convene a meeting with private sector and convey the plight of developing countries that we need cheaper, affordable, but smart devices. We need ways of getting our data to be cheaper. I don't know what strategies, but we need to be in a room with the private sector around the table and talk about what can be done to ensure that the vulnerable actually can access internet. Make it cheaper, make the devices cheaper, find ways of including them strategically.
Fabulous. You've given us a few messages here, but what message would you particularly like to convey to ITU and the global stakeholders about supporting LDCs in achieving meaningful connectivity?
Yes, ITU has a role. If they are talking about inclusivity, it has to be intentional. I think the first thing is that they have to know who is doing how, where. I was very excited by the fact sheet that was launched by Dr. Zavazava, because that is almost like documenting how everyone is doing.
The facts and figures.
The facts and
report,
figures
yes.
report. Mm-hmm. I think that is a very important report, but we need to go deeper now and get the details of it. And after finding that Lesotho is struggling with, say, indicator 1 or indicator 2, now have a strategy of how we are going to help them at least get to be at par with everybody else. So I see ITU as a very strategic partner for developing countries, as a platform where we can voice our struggles. But I know that they keep saying it's not about doing it for you, we want to partner. And we really are looking forward to that type of partnership that can come up with tangible results.
Wise words, and really wish you the very best of luck in your future ambitions, and I'm sure that these kind of conversations will be had here, and I'm sure in the future as well. And look forward to catching up with you again too. Thank you very much indeed, Minister.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And if you've enjoyed this interview, which I'm sure you will have, then do check out our other interviews on our YouTube channel, podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts from. And for further information, visit our website at www.itu.int/WTDC-25. Thank you for tuning in.